This is Mike Fugel, co-founder of Shadowfoils. I want to talk to you about some of the ways that you can use Shadowfoils effectively for your film and video needs. First off, if you're not familiar with Shadowfoils, they are a great new film and video lighting tool for situations that require a quick lighting pattern, such as one-on-one interviews, tabletop setups, backgrounds, and so on. They are highly portable, weigh less than a pound, and store flat to keep your lighting kit lightweight and mobile. Now that you know how using Shadowfoils can save you weight and size, let me show you how well they work. Shadowfoils are designed to be used on the kind of lights you find in portable light kits. This generally means units like Aries, Peppers, Todas, and Moles up to about 1,000 watts. Shadowfoils patterns work best on units with a Fresnel lens. They can also be used on open-faced units, but will create less clarity in their patterns. Let's go over the different mounts you can use with Shadowfoils. The barn door mount is by far the most popular way to use Shadowfoils. This is because it requires no extra gear to use. Just clip it on and you're good to go. It's the easiest way to use Shadowfoils. Shadowfoils can also be used with gel frames. This is especially useful if you use lights like Todas. Just clip your pattern on like a color gel. If you're in more of a studio setting and you do have C-stands handy, you can easily use a C-stand mount. There's really no need to use a platypus clamp, just lightly bite the foil with the C-arm. This mount gives you some ability to vary the distance between the foil and the light, in addition to changing the distance between the light and the background. Now, let's see Shadowfoils in action. I'm going to demonstrate some examples of how you can get several different looks from the same Shadowfoils pattern. Here, I've created a simple interview setup. I'm using an Airy kit to create a simple 3-point lighting situation. The workspace is limited, as it might be when shooting at, for example, a corporate office. There's not a lot of room to set up a bunch of extra stands here, perfect for Shadowfoils. Now let's look at it with my subject. He looks okay in frame, but let's say my location is a conference room at an office building and the background is pretty plain. This is where Shadowfoils come in. For this example, I'm using the blinds pattern on an Airy 300, and I'm mounting the foil directly on the barn doors. Here's the first effect. I'm casting the pattern directly behind my subject to produce a nice directional breakup. This keeps the background from being boring without distracting the viewer from your subject. Now from here, you can easily change the angle of this simulated light source by spinning the barn doors. Also, you can create a variation within that same effect by focusing the light. As you can see, spotting and flooding can create distortion in the pattern, giving you some variation. You can adjust the intensity of this effect by using a dimmer. This will help your pattern match the intensity of your other light sources or create a different mood. Another way to change the intensity of the pattern is to move the light closer or farther from your background. For a harsher look, you can rake the light from an extreme angle to produce a directional gradient effect. Another nice way to set a feeling in your shot is to use color gels with the Shadowfoils pattern. You can add a half orange to give it a warmer feel, or add some blue to create a cooler background. And all the different looks you've just seen can be achieved using just one of the patterns found in a Shadowfoils kit. Some other different effects can be found when combining Shadowfoils patterns. For example, here's an Airy 300 with the small grid. This is a useful effect on its own, but now add the Cucaloris pattern and you can produce a very organic looking effect. And there are many other possibilities when combining Shadowfoils patterns in this way. I hope this has been helpful in demonstrating some of the different uses for Shadowfoils. As you have seen, there are many ways that Shadowfoils can be used to create background patterns quickly and easily. Thanks for watching, and good shooting!